Hey guys, One Clue here. I hope all of you are doing really well and having a really good day. In today's video, I want to talk about another project that is rising up from the community. So let's dive into it and let's get started. Alright, as you can see, I currently do have opened my browser here, and we are on one of the most recent community projects, the OSMU Wiki. It's a web page available to everybody, and it is here to help you guys out understanding what's going on in the OSMU community, especially in the Discord. A couple of people are not really familiar with the Discord or not really used to it. So this wiki here is also a community-driven project that allows you to understand certain tasks that are involved in a couple of those things, for example in the building of a bidaxe or a qaxe or whatever else rises from the community. And this wiki is here to give you like a documentation about all those parts. One of the biggest things of this community-driven web page or this wiki obviously is that whenever you think there is something missing, you can add it to it. So that's definitely a pretty good one. So let's quickly dive over what we do see at the landing page. Obviously the first thing that you will see here is the bidaxe and the logo from our community. And if you scroll down, we do have a couple of key points like it's open, it's brainy, it's together. It's all about the people that are doing this for the community. And down here, closed source is anti-ethical to Bitcoin. Lovely. So let's click on the browser, the wiki page, and let's actually talk about what you do see on this website. So first things first, you do get an introduction into the OSMU, into the Open Source Miners United community. And all those pages that you will find here on this wiki are up to change. So all of them could change in the future, or if you think something is missing or something should be changed or a couple of typos are on this page, you can do so, because this wiki page is been driven by a community member. It's driven by Duxtape, and he created this wiki, and I'm doing my best to fill out all those different topics that we do have. For example, these different bidaxes and all those different versionings, the piaxe, the qaxe, and so on. So what I'm trying to do is I try to fill this wiki with life, and so can you. How this works, I will get to this in just a second. So on the left hand side, you do see like a drop down menu and a couple of different like sections where you can take a look in. So let's dive, for example, into the bidaxe section, and let's click on overview. The first thing that you will see here is the bidaxe and a quick introduction into what this actually is. Like it's an ESP32 that's controlling the ASIC chip and so on, yada yada. There you go. An interesting part is, like up here, you do have a couple of different links. For example, the Discord invitation link, you have the GitHub repository, and you do have like a shop drop-down menu from all those official stores that we do have. For example, the Open Source Miners official store, the Jar bidaxe official store, the Central, RGZ Electronics, Solo Mining, Altair, Bitcoin Merge, and so on. So those shops are on here, and you can just click on it. These are without any referral codes, obviously, so just so that you know. Another cool thing is the quick start introduction. So for example, you have received your bidaxe and you do not know how to use it, just click on this quick start setup instruction on this PDF here, and it will open you a PDF that I have created to actually give you like a quick overview of how it looks actually connecting your bidaxe with power, with Wi-Fi, and how to actually set up it on the public pool to get it up and running and start mining. Down on the bidaxe overview, we do have like those different versionings. For example, the Max and the Ultra and the Hex. What's currently not featured here is the Supra, and yeah, so the Supra is currently not featured here. And then we do have a section overview of NerdMiner. This is also like, I'm not really into NerdMiner. I do cover it once in one of my videos, but that was it. If you do feel that there is a need for more information on this, feel free to add it. But as I said, I will dive into this topic, how you can add things to this page later on. So we also have, like, for example, public pool, XOS in general, how this works, and so on, how you can actually install it. So I wrote like a introduction or a guide here for you guys, so that you can understand how to install the BitXOS, or the XOS, how we call it these days, on your BitX, and how you can create it from source instead of relying on those parts that you can just download from the GitHub page. Like also this build from source here, that's the guide that I wrote. What's missing here, for example, is the macOS. I do not have a macOS available, so therefore I only wrote it for Windows and for Linux. But if you would scroll all the way down, we do have this edit page here, and you can simply just click on it. It would open up a new tab on your GitHub page, and you will be able to make a couple of changes. But I will show you this at the end. Also, like overviews of other projects like the PyEggs, the BitCrane, the QEggs, and so on. So you do get the point. Like there are a couple of pictures, a couple of tips and tricks, especially like for the building and the different chips and what they're using on this wiki page. So this is a page for you guys to actually understand all those things that are going on. Instead of relying on the Discord server and searching through it, you can come to this wiki page, and the overall goal is to have like all those informations available at one page. For example, what I'm trying to do, for example, for the BitX in general, is to have a sort of schematic where you can see what is needed at what specific TP, for example, and so on. So we do have a couple of assembly processes and assembly tips and tricks in general, but I want to make it like that whenever you search for a specific thing, that you can find it here. Also, we do have like this search bar. If I would type in Ultra, it would search for Ultra, and you would be able to search for a couple of different things. For example, the building process of the Ultra. We do have like assembly readmes here. A couple of things are missing, obviously, but yeah, it is a time-consuming project. It has a couple of things that are missing, but there comes the community in. Like as you or as I try to do it my best, filling in these pages and filling in all those useful informations that we do need. Let me quickly click on the add page so that we do go to the correct GitHub repository, and let's click on it. So this right here is the GitHub from Duckstape, a lovely community member, and yeah, on GitHub he's named random username. And the OSMU Wiki has been driven by this repository right here, and you do see there are regularly coming in a couple of changes to a couple of things, for example, image changes, link changes, and so on. And he does have a pretty good introduction in how his overall package works. For example, he explains how to use the edit page, for example, what this would do in general if you are not assigned to this GitHub repository. It would make a fork for you, and then you could change it locally and make a pull request. That's one thing what you could do. And if you want to add, for example, new things, everything is explained in here. For example, new content is added to this folder, and then you need to do this and that and the front matter and so on. So everything is pretty easily explained on this web page, and I highly encourage everybody of you to actually go to this GitHub repository and do a couple of changes. Like, for example, if you just have a couple of informations about that you think that are missing on it, just add them to it. Everything is on this repository that you need to try it locally, and afterwards you can always do a pull request. And if you're not familiar with how to do this, we also do have a couple of explanations on how to do it. So that's just a quick topic that I wanted to explain or show to you guys today, because I think there is a need that you do know that the OSMU does have its own wiki page, and we encourage everybody of you to come in there, hang out there, just check it out, read through all those documentations that we have done so far, and please feel free to add if you think there's anything missing or should be changed. So that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening, and see you in the next one.